Good evening, this is Susan, and this is Susan's Ramblings. I know we talk a lot about spices these days and what can be used to flavor our food and what we should stock up so we make sure we have it. This came in one of my boxes, my senior box is what we called it, and it comes once a month and it goes to the seniors, those who hit a certain income thing. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. I use a lot of these recipes, these spices for these recipes, but there were a few new ones in there. I never thought of bay leaves for fish or for beef. I never thought of putting something else on corn, green beans, dill. I use a lot of dill. Okay, I use a lot of rosemary. I use a lot of ginger, basil. So anyway, that's what I use. Garlic too. But anyway, I thought this was interesting. Make a note on what it is, and we'll go on. This is day 2 of making your own products instead of grabbing them off the shelf. These are kind of different recipes today, just simply because I guess I'm in a funny mood, and that's what hits me. Cake flour, that's very, very easy to make. You take your flour and your cornstarch and you sift it. And you sift it, and you sift it, and you sift it, and you sift it again. At least 5 times to make it finer. To make it finer. And cake flour, I think you see a difference if you make your own cakes and you use cake flour instead of plain old cake flour. It makes cake flour makes them rise better. They get a better texture. At least they do to me. And it's very, very simple to make. I make it myself. I don't buy it because I don't use it that often. But it's there. I got the recipe if I want the cake flour, or if my recipe calls for cake flour. All right, the next one is Old Bay seasoning. I use this a lot, especially with fish, but it can be used with everything. And I kind of use it mostly as a rub, or yeah, mostly as a rub, very gently rub, but it's there. So that's my seasoning recipe for today, Old Bay seasoning. And you notice it has a lot of just the plain old basic spices in, and that's what we have. What we should have in our pantry are the basic ones, the ones that we can use over and over again to make these seasoning mixes, or we can use them by themselves. Next one, I had trouble finding gravy mix, and this is ironic because I never used the baby brown gravy. I never used gravy mix until a few years ago. That's because I used the meat drippings that we had, and that's how we made our gravy. But lately, with the meat prices being up as high as they are, and even when they were down lower, I'm not much of a meat eater anymore. So if I wanted mashed potatoes and gravy, or I wanted gravy over my meat or gravy over my rice or something, then I just grabbed the packet. But the last time I was at my grocery store, and that was just a couple of days ago, they didn't have the gravy mixes. They didn't have anything for gravy mixes except for the turkey ones, and they were priced $3 a piece. Not the little tiny ones, they were the bigger packages. But I'm sorry, I'm not paying $3 for a package of gravy mix. I'll make it myself. Anyway, this is the one. I had a basic one yesterday, just a plain old 1, 2, 3, and it used about the same ingredients. But this one, I don't know. I just happened to find it. I thought, well, maybe somebody would be interested in it. But you can use chicken bouillon too while you're at it. Now, like I said, I was in a crazy mood. I am in a crazy mood. A hot chocolate. It's cold. It's rainy out here. So I want some hot chocolate. And I do have a lot of hot chocolate put away. Put away, where I just have to throw it in water, and I've got it. But this one kind of hit me really good. I thought this might be really a different one. and I've got everything I need, believe it or not. The malted milk is what I was wondering about, and I happen to have that. Now, I don't know why I had it. I have no idea what my reasoning was when I bought it, but it's there, so I'm going to use it up, and I'm going to make up this batch of hot chocolate. So it should be very, very good. I've got the miniature marshmallow, and I dehydrated them. And so that should be good. I'll just stick them in there. If it's good, I'm gonna, this is the one I'll give for Christmas for the grandkids. I usually give them a hot chocolate and a chocolate spoon, or a spoon covered with peppermint or something like that. And this time I think I will I'll make this one if it's good, and they will get this mix instead. Homemade magic shell. Now come on, we all need some chocolate in our lives, or we need some comfort foods. And this is an easy one to make. It just uses chocolate chips and a coconut oil. And you should have all that in your pantry. Coconut oil especially, because it gives us an oil and it doesn't boil very easily. So anyway, this would be a good one. And it's very easy. You just mix it up in the microwave and you heat it until it's thawed, and then that's it. Transfer it to a mason jar, and then when you're ready, just dip your spoon into the jar and pour it over your ice cream. And once it's cool, it's going to become solid again. And yeah, um, when it is cooled in the jar, it's going to be solid again. To make it liquid, just put it in a hot water bath or microwave again. But it's an easy recipe, and who doesn't like chocolate on their ice cream? I do. Okay. At the end of all these make it recipes, and I'm trying to see if there's another one in there before I get to the end of it, and it doesn't look like it's working. But I'll have a depression recipe. I've been researching that for recipes that they used during the Depression, during the war, when the meat and everything was rationed. And here's one I came across. I think we probably all make it. Um, Except I don't make it as a soup, but that's a very good idea because it will serve more. It will go further. So anyway, here's my the depression soup and depression recipe. I hope you've enjoyed these. This is day 2 of my make to do. I'll see if I can come up with something a little bit more practical, I guess you call it, for tomorrow. But I'm sorry, I like the hot cheese. I can't get it out. Hot chocolate mixes. I like to have them on hand, and I have several mixes that are on hand. I also have some coffee mixes, cappuccino mixes, and so forth. That once in a while you want them, okay? So anyway, this is my poor man soup. Very easy to make. Very good. So we'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.